right, our lesson today is solving and graphing multi-step inequalities. So we're going to have a couple of steps. We're going to have some distributive property. We're going to have a lot of combining like terms. So let's get started. All right, so our first problem that we have is written here. We need to get the smaller variable over first, get the variables together first. So the first thing that I need to do is this 2x right here. I need to add it because it is a negative 2x. So let's get the x's together. So on the left side, 7x plus 2x, I'm going to have 9x. The plus 19 will stay, greater than 55. So I add 2x to both sides. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 19 from both sides to get the 19 and the 55 together. They are both constants, plain old numbers, so they need to go together. When I do that, the 9x is alone on the left, and on the right, I'm going to get 36. Divide both sides by 9, my last step. X is greater than 4. Okay, so let me finish my steps that I have here for both. And then I'm going to divide by 9 both sides. Perfect. My number line, on my number line, I'm going to mark my 0 and I'm going to mark 4. Since it's a greater than, it's going to be an open circle and it's greater than. So my shading is going to be greater, bigger to the right. Perfect. Number 2. What I need to do for number 2 is I need to first distribute the 9. And I'm also going to need to distribute the 5. So here's what I'm going to have. 9b minus 36 minus 7b is less than 15b minus 10. I have some like terms over here, 7b, 9b. So 9b take away 7b, I'm going to get 2b. Minus 36 is less than 15b take away 10. All right, so let's get our b's together. Let's get our variables together. Right now, I have a 2 and I have a 15. Since the 2 is smaller, that's what I'm going to subtract on both sides. $15 take away 2 is 3b, and then I keep the minus 10. So, I know that I've got a 36. So let's get the 10 over with the 36. It's a negative 10, so I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Which is going to get me negative 26 equals, and I made that mistake, 13b. 15 take away 2 is 13. My last step will be to divide both sides by 13. So I'm going to get b equals negative 2. I'm sorry. Remember, if the alligator is eating the bee, if I switch it, it still needs to eat the bee. Arr, 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 arr. Mark your 0, mark your negative 2. B is greater than, just open circle, greater than to the right. Perfect. On number 3, the first thing I should do is get rid of the denominator. I don't want to deal with fractions. So I'm going to multiply by 6 over 1 here and 6 over 1 here. The 6's will cancel, which I wanted. I wanted the fraction gone. So I have 6 times negative 11. Negative 66 is greater than or equal to, this negative 5 is still there. And then the x plus 6 is also still there. The negative 5 needs to be distributed. So it's negative 66 is greater than or equal to, now distribute, negative 5x minus 30. All right, let's add 30 to both sides to get the constants together. So I'm going to have, on the left, negative 36 is greater than or equal to negative 5x. I want to get the x alone, so I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. I divided by negative, ding, 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 something happens. The sign switches right here. So what I just did is I switched the inequality from here to here. And my number is positive. Negative 36 divided by negative 5 is a positive. Well, I can't graph that. First of all, let's make it look right. Now I need to make it into a mixed number, so I need to graph it as a mixed number. Let's change it right now. 7 and 1/5. So, make a 7, make a 0. It's greater than or equal to. Close circle, greater than or equal to. I'm going to shade to the right because it's bigger than. All right, number 4. The first thing that I see for this is that there's a negative 2 that needs to be distributed. So we're going to do that. So negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5, negative 10. The right side stays. I have like terms that I can combine right here. 7x minus 2x, so I'm going to do that. $5x minus 10 is less than 3x minus 16. All right, let's get our variables together. Let's get our 5x and our 3x together. So I'm going to subtract 3x from the left and the right. 2x, take away 10, is less than negative 16. Let's get the 10 and the 16 together. Add 10 both sides. 2x is less than negative 6. Last step is to divide both sides by 2. X is less than negative 3. Good. So to graph that, I'd make my 0 and I'd make my negative 3 less than, open circle, left. Good.